right, thank you for joining us, everyone, on a nice snowy day in Fayetteville. Matt Jones, get us going, please.
Hey, Coach, good morning. Pitching wise, have you made your determination how you're going to attack this weekend?
Well, we have, but we haven't talked to them yet. The pitchers, we're getting ready to practice in about 2 hours, and we just want to talk to them first, so we can either announce it later today or in the morning.
Okay. Hey, just I guess we'll start with Kansas State because that's who you play first. What have you seen from them this season?
Well, obviously they're going on the road and playing some really good competition. They lost a tough one last night. I had an opportunity to watch it live, as I think all the coaches did, and they played a few different people, and they swung the bats pretty good. It's a different team than last year. A couple, three starters back, and a couple guys they filled in are guys that we knew about that were in the transfer portal. Other than that, just what we've seen. They'll be scrappy, and I feel like that they probably feel that they should have won last night's game, and we'll be getting their best effort on Friday.
Do you feel like you planned this getaway weekend perfectly given what it looks like outside your stadium?
So far, unless we get stuck in the snow on the way down there tomorrow. So it's pretty good timing. If it was going to happen, that we could get out of town, and then you look at the forecast for the next week or two. Once we get back, it looks pretty good. So that's some good for our guys to look forward to that.
Hutch, go ahead.
Dave, I guess this is a more appropriate time to ask about is there any added inspiration or motivation, with this being Kansas State and TCU coming up that for the guys that were on the team last year and the year before that?
Well, I mean, it's not something that we address. I mean, obviously, it's a different year. But we're just going to try to beat K-State on Friday, and we'll do what we need to do. As of right now, unless something changes, we're pretty healthy, and I feel like the team's fairly confident. We could have done some things better this past weekend, but we addressed those today. This will be our first time we've met with the team since Monday. So, but yeah, I don't feel like it's that way. In baseball, it's year to year, and then when you get to that year, it's weekend to weekend, and we're just going to try to, play well the game that's in front of us.
And you mentioned Colin Fisher was a guy that you had hoped to be able to get in. Just how has he looked? I guess did he throw a bullpen session since he didn't pitch this weekend? And also Hunter Dietz, kind of what's the latest on him?
Yeah, Fisher, we didn't know we were going to run rule him. We had it planned out where he was going to pitch an inning, and we were going to try to get Gibbler an inning, and we did that. And or I think we gave him an inning, but we had him in the pen. He was going to actually throw the last out just to get him in the game, and at a minimum, and then it didn't happen. So he's fine. Seems to be well on his way to recovering from his surgery, to the point where we feel like we could start him, use him in mid relief, or even finish a game. As far as Hunter Deed, still coming back, not 100%. We don't feel like there's any issues there. And now it's more of him just letting it rip, so to speak, instead of not letting it go. We're not seeing the velocity that we've seen in the past, so we've got to see some more metrics before we're going to put him out there.
Dudley, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously you had four pitchers go between 70 and 80 pitches last week. How does that bump up this week, regardless of which three you send out there to start?
Yeah, I mean, if they're fortunate enough to get that far in the game, I would say 80, maybe a little bit more, but not much. Yeah, they all did a great job of giving us 5 innings, and, makes it obviously difficult to figure out who not to start. But, when you start really looking at it, you probably just go with the guys that have had the most rest.
Also, as you look back on Hagan's performance down there last year, just talk about that a little bit and how special that was.
Yeah, it was set up pretty good with him not having a good opening day outing up here in the cold and the wind. And, I've said this many a time, looking back, we should never have played that game on that Friday in those temperatures and the wind. And but we did, and didn't go great for him. Short outing. Oregon State, really good team. Uh, Indoors in his home state, it just all added up to him being electric, and he was. It'll be something that it'd be hard to duplicate that. I think he would have 18 strikeouts or 17, 18 strikeouts, and you know whatever innings that added up to. It was just an amazing, amazing performance. Just really fun to watch.
Appreciate it.
Jackson.
Yeah, Dave. Just another injury question. Logan Maxwell, I know he didn't play in two of the games. How's he doing? And do you think he can maybe is he back to being ready to play in the outfield relatively soon?
Yeah, I'll know more here in a little bit. I did get a message from our trainer today, Corey Wood, that he was good to go. So he said. So we'll run him today and put him through some tests, and it'd be nice to play him in the outfield at least a game this weekend. But we'll make that determination when we see him move today, and then again tomorrow, and maybe even discuss things with him on Friday morning if we're not 100% in by tomorrow after the workout.
Gotcha. Two guys that struggled at the plate this weekend, Rocco and Nolan, and they had really good springs and, falls when, before Rocco got the injury. I mean, how do you kind of address when a guy has a really good preseason, it doesn't quite come the first weekend? I mean, is there a lot of talking about it, or do you try and just let them do their thing and not panic at all yet?
Yeah, there's no panic at all, but there is definitely some discussions with them about their approach. And sometimes it's just the way it goes. The one at bat with Rocco that I wish we could get back was when he got a 3-1 pitch and he got jammed off the side armor, because that's not him at all. That's not his personality. He's going to let that barrel get to the ball pretty good there and not get beat, and he got beat. And Souza, just didn't make adjustment on changeup, wasn't seeing it, and he's done well. Still played really good defense, and hopefully those guys will get it going this weekend.
Last one from me, Tate, McGuire, Dylan Carter, two guys that pitched well this weekend. And I know Dylan went more than an inning. Are those guys that for now are going to be one appearance a weekend guys, or could they maybe be, getting Friday, Sunday action and being big parts of the bullpen in terms of one inning, multiple days, maybe?
Oh, they could do one inning, multiple days, easy. Both of those guys are built up for a lot of innings. I see them more as, middle relievers, 2 and 3 and 4 inning guys, one time a weekend. But whatever we need to do, obviously we feel like we've got a lot of good arms. So I don't think we have to, double up too many guys early this season unless we were just trying to get them ready to do that in league play. But yeah, those guys, they can fit either of those roles you just mentioned.
Sorry, I got one more. The whoever does leave the rotation this weekend, what role do you envision for them when they get to the bullpen? And is it maybe different for whoever does it, or do you think that it can be consistent between whoever is that guy that moves from starter to reliever?
Yeah, I think you probably see him more towards the back of the game, although, it depends on what we've done, with our back of the game guys, because you've got two guys that are pretty good back there right now, and then you throw in another one. So I really think it depends on what kind of the game tells us to do. Do we need to bring in, one of these guys in the fifth, let them roll, until they hit a pitch count, or, if things are going well and then they get tight, we just use them in the eighth and the ninth. So it's a good problem to have that we're going to have that option this weekend.
Thanks, Dave.
Kevin, go ahead.
Thanks, Coach. You talked about, and you just mentioned it, having two guys on the back end right there. I'm assuming that's Christian Fouch and Carson Wiggins. I know you like to use multiple closers. That's still the plan moving forward?
Yeah, that'd be what I see so far. And you think about Wiggins the other day. I read something that said he threw 13 strikes out of 20 pitches, and they were all fastballs. But forgot to mention the 2 breaking balls that were strikes in the box that the umpire missed, and one of them would have ended the game. I think he just fooled him because it was nasty. And you guys could probably see it from up there. They were strikes, and it wasn't like they were just on the edge. So uh, he's got a secondary pitch can get you off that 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and you have to respect it because it's a good one. So we're excited that he came in and showed a little bit of that and did it in a real game, and you'll see him again this weekend.